Hello everyone, this is Varshini L, a student of Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. In this PPT, I am going to discuss about the subject Mathematics for CSE stream and the topic are Students T distribution. Contents are Introduction to Students T distribution, Historical background and characteristics and degree of freedom, Applications of Students T distribution, 1 sample t-test, 2 sample t-test, paired sample t-test and assumption, and finally the conclusions. Okay, start with the introduction. Students T distribution is a probability distribution that is used in the statistical inference. It is particularly useful when dealing with small sample sizes and unknown population variance. The distribution accounts for the increased variability that comes from estimating the population standard deviation. And if there is a direct relationship between a specific data points from two data sets, such as measurements on the same subject before and after, then the paired t-test may be approximate. And if samples are collected randomly from two different populations or from two different individuals with the same populations at different times, we use the t-dependent independent samples, means unpaired. Here is a simple way to determine if the paired t-test can apply. If one sample can have a different number of data points from other, then the paired t-test can't be applied. Okay, and historical background. The t-distribution was first introduced by William Seeley Gosset in 1908 under the pseudonym Student. Gosset developed the distribution while working at the Guinness Brewery to analyze quality control data. Okay, the t-distribution has since become a fundamental concept in statistics, particularly in hypothesis testing. Characteristics of t-distribution. The t-distribution is a symmetric and bell-shaped and similar to normal distribution. It has heavier tails than the normal distribution, which provides a better fit for small sample sizes. And as the sample size increases, the t-distribution approaches the normal distribution, being less spread out. The shape of the t-distribution. For a one sample t-test, degrees of freedom is calculated as n-1, where n is the sample size, and higher degrees of freedom results in a distribution that is closer to normal distribution. Applications of student t-distribution. The t-distribution is commonly used in hypothesis testing, especially for means. It is instrumental in constructing confidence intervals for small samples. Researchers utilize the t-distribution in various fields, including psychology, medicine, and social science. One sample t-test. The one sample t-test compares the sample mean to a known value or population mean. It determines whether the sample mean is significantly different from the hypothesized population mean. The t-statistic is calculated and compared against critical values from the t-distribution. Two sample t-test. The two sample t-test assesses whether the mean of two independent groups are different. It can be either equal variance or unequal variance depending on the data. The test helps researchers to determine if there is a significant effect or difference between the groups. The paired sample t-test. The paired sample t-test is used when comparing two related groups or measurements. This test accounts for the correlation between the paired observations, providing more power. It is commonly used in before and after studies or matched subjects research designs. And here assumptions of t-test. The t-test assume that the data are approximately normally distributed, especially for small samples. Here homogeneity of variance is assumed for two sample t-test, meaning both groups should have similar variance. And independence of observations is also a crucial assumption for all types of t-test. And students t-test for paired samples, the number of points in each data set must be same and they must be organized in pairs in which there is a definite relationship between each pair of data points. If the data were taken as random samples, you must use the independent test even if the number of data points in each set is the same. Even if a data are related in pairs, sometimes the paired still is inapproximate. And finally, the conclusion is students' t-distribution is an essential tool in statistical analysis, particularly in small sample scenarios. It allows researchers to make inference about population parameter effectively, and understanding the t-distribution and its applications, it enhances the robustness of statistical conclusions. And thank you.